Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Binx Designs Fontana 200, the 2024B OSCA Weekend Woodsmen Series Championship Night here on 3Y Television. My name is Jeremy Briggs. Alongside and in the production booth is Carlos Acosta. And boy, do we have a stacked field of cars here tonight to give you some action-packed action as four drivers are still in the hunt to try to find their way to that championship trophy. And boy, we are going to have some awesome racing tonight at this great track as we take a look at our point standings. You can see right there, Daniel Gore, James Miller, Noah Brown, and James Watson will be the drivers still fighting it out for that championship trophy. A lot on the line tonight as you look at the 2024B standings just to your right as Redux Racing still leads the way, just over 100 points over Shift Esports. Still a little closer than I'm sure Redux would like. We'll have to see how that plays out as the night progresses on, as we're going to have two races tonight. As always, they're going to be 50 laps apiece. It's going to be a great night of racing. There'll be a 22 car invert. That's almost the whole field. It looks like we have about 27 cars here tonight. As we look at the Binx Designs Broadcast Championship right there on the bottom. Congratulations to Vic. He is the champion, as Carlos and myself right there in second, third, going to be battling it out for one last victory, or one last race, excuse me, to see who's going to finish second. And I believe it is time, speaking of which, to make our picks, and we'll welcome Vic Bloom to the broadcast booth.
Thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, you're up first, man. Hopefully you can make a better pick than Carlos can.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and we're going to go with Dallas Myhan.
Good pick.
I like that pick. Carlos, who you got to counter him?
Guys, I crunched the numbers and I checked all of the drivers I had available, and I have a feeling that Mr. Eastern Blue is going to get himself a good top 10 finish and get me securely in second place.
I like that pick too. I don't need to go for the win tonight. But for the sake of doing so, I'm going to pick Tate Lytle for F1.
Great pick. Great picks. I was sitting here crunching my numbers, Carlos. I didn't really feel like I had much drivers left to pick from. It's definitely hard this time of the season to make those picks. We'll see how it plays out here after half one. Got to say thank you again to Binx Designs for sponsoring the broadcast champion. As you can see, binxdesigns.com. Excuse me, binxdesigns.myshopify.com to check out what they have in stock. See if they can make something custom for you, as they are also tonight's primary sponsor here for championship night at Auto Club. And boy, I love Auto Club, Carlos. It plays great action. The Xfinity cars are going to be all over the place. Amazing field of cars tonight here, Carlos. We got almost 20. We got 27 cars. This is going to be a great night of racing.
Yeah, a good strong field and a great track to end it on. Not the best track to end this season on, as you know me, I feel like Homestead is the only track where we should be ending seasons on. But if we couldn't go to Homestead, this would definitely be one of my top suggestions. Very fun track, and it's going to be, if we get a last minute caution, going to be very hectic restarts too. We see how much space there is in this track, how much they fan out and everything. It's going to be a beautiful track, a beautiful race tonight. And once we're done crowning a champion, I think everyone's going to go home, get themselves ready for next season.
I'm sure a lot of those drivers are excited for next season. Is Tate Lytle and the number one Shift Esports, I think that is, and the number one there starting on the pole. Daniel Gore starting in second, the 69. David Tooker in the 75, starting third. Dave Carpenter in the 71, starting fourth. David Westergreen is starting fifth, and that number 9 starting sixth. You've got the number 14 of Cameron Rich in seventh. You've got the number 32 of Dustin Dewar, eighth. The 77 of Jake Scarborough. The ninth starting position, you've got the 39 of James Watson. Starting 10th, you've got the number 7 of Ethan Burrell. In 11th starting position, you've got the 91 of Cooper Johnson. In the 12th starting spot, you got the number 10, Dallas Myhan. The 13th starting position, you got the number 52, Gilberto Javier Gomera. And in the 14th starting position, you got the number 88, Santiago Aguirre.
Yep, in 15th. Yeah, in 15th position, it's going to be Kynan Jones, and alongside him in that brightly designed vehicle is going to be Zach Evans in the number 6. Starting in 17th and 18th will be James Miller and Matt Hagethorn. 19th will be Darren Staff in that Mountain Dew Toyota, and 20th starting position here will go on to Caden Tufts. 21st will be Noah Brown from Redux Racing, and 22nd right alongside him will be Adam Peeler. Qualifying tonight's race in 23rd is going to be Tim Conrad, Dylan Thomas right next to him in a beautiful Christmas colored inspired number 13 machine. 25th position will be Rashid Coles. Thomas Capuano will be right alongside him in 26th. And tail end of the field with no time at all, set here for this qualifying, is going to be Michael Pernasiglio.
Great fields of cars to round out the season here. 50 laps the distance. I believe we are good on fuel. Remember, Daniel Gore, James Miller, Noah Brown, James Watson, your 4 drivers that are mathematically still in the championship hunt. This is going to be a great battle. We'll have to see how it plays out throughout this race. We've got 2 halves to get it done. The pace truck leading these cars down the backstretch, Tate Lytle. Daniel Gore, your front row. David Tooker and Dave Carpenter, your second row. See a 3-wide television car out there. Got to appreciate Carlos for being a part of everything he does to make this league happen. Doing a great job producing all of 3-wide's races this season. As the first half is getting ready to get underway, the pace truck leading everybody out of turn 4, making that hard left-hand turn. Tate Lytle coming to the start zone now, getting ready. The green flag is in the air. We are underway for the championship night of the Binx Designs Fontana 200. Oh, one getting loose, coming out of turn 2, down to the bottom. Looks like that's David Westergreen, number 9.
Course.
I didn't want to say
if he's back there, he'll probably have a good chance avoiding any big wrecks if anything does happen, because these guys are already 2-3 wide here, and it's already lap 1.
4 wide. Almost 4 wide, Carlos. Holy cow, this looks like one driver serving a pass-through, I believe.
Yep, pass-through penalty for no practice time, I believe David took it.
Wow, look at these cars. 3 wide in the turns 1 and 2. Great racing now, almost 4 wide coming out of turn number 2. The 71's in the mix of Dave Carpenter, James Watson, James Miller, Dallas Mahan, Cooper Johnson, Santiago Guerra, Gilberto Javier Gomera, Kynan Jones, Darren Staff. There's so many drivers all under a blanket right now. Look at this. This is great racing.
Meanwhile, up at the front, Daniel Gore and Tate Lytle have kind of checked up from a little bit from the rest of the field, as they're not battling for that position. Tate Lytle looking to the inside here in that number 1 Shift Esports machine, taking it down low, not fully at the apron. Actually, yes, at the apron. Trying to come back up, but the number 69, Daniel Gore, not giving him much space. He's going to hold on to that race lead.
There's a reason why Daniel Gore is our championship leader right now and finds himself in the first position. He's been pretty strong all season long. Right now finds himself battling hard here with Tate Lytle, and that is not for the championship hunt. The next driver that Daniel Gore has to worry about championship-wise would be James Miller, if I am correct. Looking at the scoring pylon.
Yeah, James Miller right now is in 7th, as he's looking to the outside of the. He's in the inside with James Watson on the outside of him, trying to get that position. Cooper Johnson behind him in the 91, trying to push that 39 past the 09, going into turns 3 and 4, as they're kind of evening out their advantages.
This is some great racing right here. Battle for the Jameses for the championship going on right now. Cooper Johnson looking on to that battle. Number 91 just in the distance. You can see the number 7 of Ethan Burrell in that Bojo number 7 bright green car. Can't miss that as he's down to the back bumper of the 32 of Dustin Dewar. They're passing Tate Lytle right now on the outside, that number 1. Not sure if Tate had an issue, but right now Dustin Dewar really closing in on that number 69 of Daniel Gore and making that second lane work. We'll see if he's going to make a battle for leaders shortly.
Oh, caution's out.
Flag.
Michael Pernasiglio. Dallas
like
Myhan, Kyden Jones.
Hackathorn in it as well.
Ooh. Let's go see what happened. I think the first name that shows up is Myhan. Oh, whoa, it looks like issues up ahead even more.
Oh, Dallas trying to avoid it. Oh,
I think he
right
did.
There.
Just a little bit of rear end damage.
And if anything, just through the grass. So the tires might be okay as well. I mean, going to the grass is pretty good for them. Man, a lot of action up front. See Hackathorn right here. Oh, just squeaked by. And unfortunately, they were just still checked up in front of him.
Oh.
Continue to pile up. They start up there with the 71 of Carpenter.
I think the 71 almost got turned by someone. As let's go ahead and bring up Carpenter's point of view. As yeah, you can see right there the 65.
Noah Brown.
That. Yeah. Made some contact, yeah, Noah Brown, and that kind of got the 71 loose, and everyone behind him kind of like moved around, and fortunately a couple drivers made contact with others, and around some people went.
Everybody started losing a little bit of racing space there because everybody was dipping and weaving. And we'll see what we have here for pit stops. Looks like Daniel Gore is going to stay out.
Mixed field as I had a gander over at what Ray Bracey was typing up in the YouTube chat, and just it caught me off guard and just made me laugh. But yeah, split field. About I want to say 10 drivers elected to stay out. So once we get ourselves sorted out, actually 9 drivers stayed out. So everyone 10th and back will have gone down pit road.
Mixed bag. We'll see how it plays out as we are under caution number 1, just about 10 laps into this event. And,
I don't hate the call.
You gotta try something different. You know, if you're involved in an accident, come down here and get some of that damage fixed anyways. So we got a great battle out front here between Daniel Gore and Tate Lytle. Those two drivers been duking out, led the first couple laps. So the first 9 cars stayed out on track. The first car to be off of pit road is Caden Tufts. And that 00. Looks like he was only in his box for 5.3 seconds. So maybe just right sides or damage fix or just a splash and go. Looks like Thomas Capiano, the same exact thing, and 4 tires potentially for the rest of them. I think we'll be 10 laps into this race once we get to the restart. Noah Brown was given an EOL penalty for his involvement in that accident just now. As the pace truck lights are now extinguished. Daniel Gore, Tate Lytle, your front row. Cooper Johnson, James Miller, Cameron Rich, your second row. James Miller, Gilberto Javier Gomera is in 6th. Darren Stapp is in 7th. Dylan Thomas 8th, Dustin Dewar 9th, Caden Tufts 10th. 10th. Wow. I'm having trouble tonight, Carlos. I tell you what. Whew.
It's all right, man. It happens. It happens.
We're in 10th position, just by the tenths of it.
We're just chilling here, taking it easy.
Taking it too easy. I'm getting comfortable, chilling in my home here.
That's the best part.
Gotten so comfortable. It's been a great time in the broadcast booth. I tell you what, it's pretty crazy. Doing a broadcast over my other network. All championship races for all 3 series that I was covering this week. Pretty crazy that everybody was on the same league. So here we are, the second champion to be crowned for me this week. We'll see who it's going to be as the pace truck will make the left-hand turn to pit road. Hopefully does not find the barrels. Daniel Gore looks like he elects to start on the outside for this restart. Cooper Johnson on his back bumper. We'll see how it plays out here as the pace truck's off pit road in the restart zone now. Green flag back in the air. Daniel Gore fires and the 52 Romero. A little slip up of the tires right there. James Miller had a little trouble on the restart as well. Third row, little struggles right there, but the 14 Cameron Rich, no problem at all.
You hate to see that happen. But he's still okay. He still has the race car. He's still out there going. He hits the wall again.
I gotta say, I'm quite shocked that they had spun their tires like they did. Just this few laps on these tires. So let's plug in a race some red flags. And speaking of red flags, up front, the blue car with 3-wide television plastered all over it, driven by Cooper Johnson, is going to lead this lap and take that from Daniel Gore.
I am a happy team owner.
We'll see if Cooper Johnson can continue to take the fight to Daniel Gore, who's been strong all season long. He's going to complete that pass, make that a clean pass, and a lap lead there for Cooper Johnson. Cameron Rich trying to make the pass on James Miller there for third. Just going to clear him, dives it down below Daniel Gore. He's going to slide him before Daniel Gore. Either saving tires or just off the pace right now. He's getting swallowed up there, almost 4 wide coming out of turn 2. Aaron Staff on the outside of Daniel Gore. James Miller on the inside. Woo, this battle for third on back is now real close.
Yeah, 3 wide here for third place as Darren Staff running up that outside line, shooting down towards the middle, trying to get a good arc, a little too close to the 09, but he makes it work as the 09 makes some little contact with, I think, the 13 of Dylan Thomas, as everyone's still A-OK and running. Right now, Darren Staff is leading the best of the rest's point standing, so he's trying to, he's battling for something out here, even though he's not in the chase-offs. So he's out there running in third, got himself 2 top 10s last week and a top 5. And Cooper Johnson, his teammate, right now leading the race.
Cooper Johnson out to a almost half a second lead already. You can see the 73 of Kynan Jones right there at the bottom of your screen. Trying to find his way back up into the mix.
Oh, no!
Oh, Dewar! He's involved. Dustin Dewar. Ethan Burrell. 27. Of Adam Peeler involved. Oh boy, we've got championship implications on this one. Tate Lytle involved as well.
A lot of drivers who went down pit road got involved in that crash there on the backstretch. Let's take a look and see what happened.
It's so hard to see from right there. I'm not sure if somebody was coming down, didn't realize there was that many cars on the inside. Oh, Dallas Myhan. His half is over with.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Dallas Myhan, he's running part-time this season. A lot of the incidents he's been involved with this season really have just resulted in being involved in other people's accidents and just getting totaled like that. A lot of drivers will see get involved and they'll continue going, but some of the crashes that Dallas has been in has just destroyed the car, especially early on in the race, so I do feel bad for him.
Can we get a shot from who was behind Tate Lytle there coming down the backstretch? I think there might have been a bump from that driver that got into the back of Tate Lytle there and maybe got him sideways over those bumps going down that backstretch. Who is that? I think that's Ethan Burrell that was behind that number 1 machine.
Everyone's going down Pier Road at the moment as well. No, Ethan Burrell is in the 7. Pink. That's a 20. No, that's not the 21.
Yeah, I think he was behind. I think he was behind.
That's the 0-0, Caden Tufts. Is that who you were talking about?
No, I think it was Ethan Burrell. If you back it up, when we're coming, if you go to right on board there with Burrell, I think he actually made contact with the back bumper of the one of Caden, or excuse me, of Tate Lytle.
All right, let me get a top-down camera angle.
Okay.
By the way, everyone has gone down Pier Road with the exception of, I think, a couple drivers. As soon as I can figure out where the...
And those drivers with damage are getting the damage fixed right now. There we go. That was a good shot. There we go. We'll see what happens right here down the backstretch. You can see Tate Lytle right there in front of them. They're going to be going 3 wide. Oh, yep. Caden Tufts, just a little contact with the wall right there. That's going to slow him up. And then Tate Lytle is going to have to check up for that, which I believe that's going to make the number 7. Yes, get into his back bumper. That is what the cause of the caution is right there. Just a little bit of checkup in front of him. Just got into the back bumper and all heck breaks loose when you just have nowhere to go.
Watson with a... We saw it earlier. I'm going to have to go on his onboard. As Zach Evans got a little bit of contact. I think he avoided the outside wall, so he may be okay. Just some quarter panel and rear end damage. Let's go on the gyro cam with James Watson.
James Watson was great.
Oh, sorry. James Watson was not the one that went through. That was, oops. Let me know when we're 1 to green, by the way.
We are 1 to green. We are double file. There's just a lot to digest in that replay, but at least we could see what the cause of it was there. Is where the Caden Tufts got into the wall a little bit. It was just slowing down because of that wall contact, and the cars behind him had to check up, and the chain reaction ensued. Now, after a whole bunch of different pit strategies, we got David Westergreen, Jake Scarborough, Kynan Jones, Matt Hackathorn. Your first 2 rows, our second caution here, 16 laps into our event of the first half, or the sprint portion of tonight. Championship night, brought to you by Binx Designs here on 3 Wide Television of the OSCA 2024B season. Thank you, Weekend Woodsmen, as well, for sponsoring, being the title sponsor of the series. Pace truck will make the turn down pit road here just momentarily. Get back under green. 10 laps shy of the halfway mark, so a lot of racing left to go. Championship contenders involved in that last incident. Jake Scarborough, and then number 77 gets a great start. David Westergreen sleeping just a tad. He backs up to Kynan Jones. Kynan Jones trying to capitalize and go from 3rd to 2nd. As we are going to be almost 4 wide already, mid-pack. Woo, really tight off a turn 2. There is that 4 wide action. I love this track. Gives some great racing. Everybody fanning out, going over those bumps down the back stretch. Drivers all the way up against the wall and all the way down by that white line. If we can get some green flag racing. Oh, a little contact there, I think, between Westergreen and Cooper Johnson.
I don't know if it was between Westergreen and Cooper Johnson or Cooper Johnson and Kynan Jones.
Slight contact, everybody's still good to go. Kynan Jones with the heart rate through the roof.
That is not surprising at this point.
Mine does the same thing, ironically.
I think what is a little surprising is that I think Kynan Jones did not button the shirt correctly. I think it's a little... I think he got the buttons a little mixed up because you can see caps showing up right here. I think they got the buttons a little just incorrect there. Kind
of got to fix your buttons on the next caution. You're listening while driving underneath Darren Staff. A little slip up there. Staff to capitalize, but Darren Staff.
Wow! Did you see how loose he was?
Woo! Yeah, that thing sideways. He was dirt tracking it off a turn 2.
Darren Staff had very little confidence going into this race, but I mean, he's got some speed for sure. Him and his teammate Cooper got speed here today.
Some drivers, the 1.5 miles just suit themselves a little bit better.
Cooper Johnson's out here to win a race, going for the lead yet again as he clears himself off of David Westergreen. 91 RKM back up to the top.
The 91 of Cooper Johnson to the lead. David Westergreen is in second. Dylan Thomas and that number 13 with the Santa hat on that number running there in third, with Cameron Rich in fourth trying to take away third, and they're lined up for fifth, sixth, and seventh between Scarborough, Miller, and Staff. Wow, they're trying to work together, trying to catch back up to Cooper Johnson. Not too far out in front of them, but they got a little ways to go, and they want to be up front.
Speaking of Santa hat, we got Zach Evans out here running with Santa's cap on right now, as he's battling there in the 17th position, trying to get as much ground as he can.
Trying to use Santa's Christmas spirit to have a good finish here tonight. Awesome paint scheme there as we're right on board here with Santiago as well, providing us his camera here multiple weeks in a row. Santiago has been in the mix of a few races this season. I believe he's got at least one win, if not two, but definitely got one win. And Santiago, found a couple good race stretch there. Just didn't work out in the playoffs for him. Chase-offs, excuse me. And doesn't find himself mathematically into the championship hunt, but still something to be proud of, to be in the championship, racing as just in general. Right now, running 15th in the top 15. This is a stacked field of cars. We had 27 cars take, or at least try to start the race tonight. So running 15th, he's right there in half mark.
Yeah, running 15th, but he did not finish his chores. He still has to make his bed, so Santiago, make sure maybe during the half break, clean up your bed there. As he got a little tight there, almost got in the wall. As he's maybe had to give up a spot there. He just passed on or Noah Brown, his teammate. And something to note about the Redux boys, they're all running with special golden metallic paint on their cars. In some form or another, you see the 88's got some golden metallic paint, so the 65. All the Redux racing machines have a golden tribute.
4 wide there for a brief second on the front stretch. There's James Miller and Tate Lytle battling it out. Championship hunt right now. Daniel Gore still on the track, running in 20th. Obviously had an issue there. James Miller in the 09. He is also in this championship hunt. He finds himself in second in a good position for this first half. Noah Brown in the 65, currently running in the 15th position. And then you got James Watson in the number 39, running in the 8th position. Right now, Daniel Gore, the worst running championship contender. Just trying to collect as many points as he can with 2 halves every night. You don't want to lose too much this first half, because they can capitalize even more if you have 2 bad races.
Battle for the lead as the 09 is passing Dylan Thomas in the 13 here in turns 3 and 4, trying to get another lap left for the 09. Cameron Rich has also gone past Cooper Johnson, as now Cooper Johnson has gone from leading this race to down to 4th.
Dylan Thomas finding himself now as the leader in that number 13 machine. James Miller making a hard left-hand turn, trying to get back into the lead. James Miller battling for the championship. You want to capitalize as much as you can right now with Daniel Gore running in 19th. James Miller trying to go for the win. That's huge points to gain on the table right now, and James Miller is trying to capitalize. As you can see,
here goes Cameron Rich.
Yep, now putting his nose into this battle. Right there on the inside of the, oh, now you can see him right there. Great illustration there. Woo, right up to his door, now down to the bottom of the white line. James Miller running lane number 3 of 4 lanes. Now all the way up.
Oh, he's in a wall.
Oh, Miller into that wall. Scrapes it just a little bit, but these carbon fiber bodies do bounce back. Just going to lose momentum. That's going to put Cameron Rich in the number 14 into the lead, but Dylan Thomas going to try and use that top side to gain some momentum down this front stretch, take that lead back. Cameron Rich wrapped that bottom to turns 3 and 4. Really almost a quarter of a second lead right there. Now Cameron Rich is going to have to decide which lane he wants to go with, because the drivers behind him are now nose to tail. They're going to have a huge head of steam coming into turns 3 and 4 next time. And the 13 Dylan Thomas is there.
James Miller got a little tight. I think Miller is dealing with just a tight car in the exit of the corners, as he had a good run through the middle of the corner, but had to back off. I think he probably could have held on to it, but I don't know if he thought maybe Cooper Johnson was trying to sneak up on the outside that last time by, but he lost a little bit more ground. But this turn 3 and 4 was what he needed, as he's now back to the inside, trying to get that second place position. Fully gone there from the 13 of Dylan Thomas, as Cameron Rich is slowly pulling away.
Cameron Rich now leading a few laps, started in the 6th position, now finds himself as our leader. David Westergreen is the car with the oldest tires right now in the top 12. His tires are about 7 laps older than everybody else. We've got 14 laps since our last caution.
Here he goes down pit road. I think these are scheduled stops, because they have to pit at this point now. And I think we're going to be seeing the leaders also going down pit road as well very soon.
Oh, Dylan Thomas almost a little bit of contact there with Cooper Johnson. Whew. That was close. Got to be smooth and clean on these pit stops, this pit exchange. Cooper Johnson diving to the inside there of James Miller. That battle for second is on. Cameron Rich is loving it, now over a half a second lead as everybody else continues to battle on. Let's see who decides to start coming to pit road, as everybody is going to have to stop one more time, I believe, to make it to the end.
I think it'll probably maybe another 6 to 7 laps before we see the rest of these guys go down pit road. Although I don't know if maybe waiting that long is a good idea.
Anything can happen here, Carlos. And if you want to win the race, sometimes you got to do something different. We'll see how it all pans out. Got to have Darren Staff's Mountain Dew Christmas themed car. Every week, Darren Staff has a different scheme, and I tell you what, they put a lot of effort to make this car look good.
Do you see a different scheme than mine? I don't really see a Christmas theme on mine.
That's not Christmas being red and green?
No, I think that's just his Mountain Dew colors.
Okay.
I mean, we can pretend it's Christmas themed.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Almost a second now for Cameron Rich, as Kaylin Rich is in the YouTube chat cheering on her man, as he's now dominating this stage of the race. Tate Lido going down pit road, number 1 machine. Last race for Shift Esports in OSCA competition, at least for the foreseeable future, as the team is pulling out of the league. Yeah, so we're going to be seeing this is the last 2 races, I guess, technically, first half and second half. for the Shift team is they have a chance of going out on top and winning the team championship. They have to beat the Redux Racing boys, but it's still possible. Watson, Gilberto Javier Gomez on pit road as well.
Everybody making those pit stops. One thing I do have to say also, Carlos, who's most of the time, whoever is in that number 1 car is usually running up towards the front and has a chance to win. So whoever they put in that car, they're always great choices. As we've got drivers out here with fresher tires, this could get a little chaotic. Wow, you can see the speed difference in these cars right now as the number 1 Tate Lytle comes around to get that lap. That was his first lap off of pit road, so we can't compare it with anybody else. But as you can see, Tate Lytle 1 lap down, trying to get his lap back, just driving past everybody. We'll see how it pans out as James Miller in the 09 right now in a good spot championship-wise, trying to capitalize on Daniel Gore's unfortunate events in the incident here earlier on. 17 laps to go still, lots of pit road action going on. Got Daniel Gore on pit road. Speaking of Daniel Gore himself, trying to get this pit stop taken care of.
Race leader Cameron Rich down pit road, Caden Tufts there and staff as well. So right now the top 3 have yet to go down pit road in this last section of green flag pit stops. I guess first section green flag pit stops. Hopefully this is the only one. Yeah, Cooper Johnson, James Miller, Dylan Thomas. I would expect to see these guys next time by, because tires do kind of matter at a track like this.
Right now it's the top 9 that need to pit, and looks like
Miller stayed out.
Gonna make that. Cooper Johnson came down and Dylan Thomas came down.
Pretty interesting to see Miller staying out so long. I don't know if he's got something up his sleeve, but James Miller right now the only driver to not yet to go down pit road during the green flag conditions.
Looking at timing and scoring, the 6th position is David Tooker. He is 34.5 seconds behind our leader. He's the first car off of pit road at this time. So we'll see what James Miller has up his sleeve. I don't know if he's maybe trying to maybe sneak one out and maybe stay out the rest of the way and save some fuel. We'll have to see.
Right now, once James Miller does pit,
laps.
Yeah, once James Miller does pit, the lead would actually be handed off to Dave Carpenter, who actually, excuse me, James Miller, Dave Carpenter, and Dustin Dewar have all yet to pit in this green flag pit stop. I don't know why those 2 drivers, I didn't see them earlier, but yeah, they've yet to go down pit road. So once these 3 guys pit, the lead will be handed off to the 75 of David Tooker, who went down pit road on lap 26. I think he's going to be good to go from here. But from the drivers that all went down around the same time, the next one will be 5th place Tate Lytle, who actually, because he pitted 3 laps earlier than Cameron Rich, is now ahead of Cameron Rich.
But even though he pitted 3 laps earlier, that means Cameron Rich has 3 laps better tires now at this point in this run. We'll have to see if he can capitalize on those tires. He is all over the back bumper of Tate Lytle. As you look at that bottom screen, Cameron Rich and that number 14 car trying to get back to the front in the RK Motorsports entry.
No, that's outdated. He is not driving for RKM. Let's see the entry number 14 here. That is the entry for Weekend Woodsman Racing.
All right, the Weekend Woodsman Racing entry. Our title or series sponsor. Oh,
I believe that was a driver just moving out the way. I think it may have been Adam Peeler, as yeah, he is dropped onto the apron to avoid getting in the way of some of these guys.
All right, looks like something happened there. A lot going on, a lot of green flag action. This is my favorite kind of racing. Different pit strategies all across the board. 12 11 laps to go now. What is James Miller thinking right here? He's got a 30-second gap over Tate Lytle with 10.25 laps to go. Is James Miller, Dave Carpenter, Dustin Dewar staying out the rest of the way? I mean, that'd be my guess, because if they pit now, they're going to just lose so much time regardless. They don't have any time to get it back.
Cameron Rich is all over the back bumper of Tate Lytle. James Miller down Pear Road, as I don't know if this is all planned or if he was hoping for a caution to come out at some point. As I think with 10 laps he may be able to make some time up, but I think he's going to be losing a lot of positions here. Dave Carpenter also going down Pear Road, and I'm assuming maybe Dustin Dewar. No, he's staying out. He's going to try to lead a lap. Will he lead a lap and get a couple points? He will not, as now he passes James Miller, so Dustin Dewar will have to stay out an additional time to lead a lap. Meanwhile, Tate Lytle and Cameron Rich trying to get into that outside position. He does, as he's going down to 1 and 2 right now with the advantage on the outside. Is he going to get a fantastic drive off? We'll see. And the 1 cannot block that outside line run, as the 14 of Cameron Rich is going to get that position. That will be for the lead once Dustin Dewar goes down Pear Road.
You said it correct. This is the battle for lead we're watching there, with now coming to 9 laps to go.
Dewar pitting.
Looks like, yep, Dustin Dewar. Hands are full. Cameron Rich takes over the lead. 8 laps to go now. Excuse me, still 9. I don't know why I thought that was 8. I missed it. Wicked tight driving right there between the 65 of Brown and the 73 of Kynan Jones.
Ooh, David Westergreen got loose on the exit off of 2.
I gotta say, it's really nice to see all these drivers, you know, even though they're not in the championship hunt, they still came out the race and have fun. And you know, 27 cars started this first half, and it's like we've only lost 1 driver due to packet loss, and it's great racing and so much action. It's really hard to cover.
Yeah, look at this gaggle of cars back here.
Whew.
We're still 3 wide here with 8 laps remaining in this half.
Oh, there's going to be contact. James Miller almost spun out. Oh, Aguirre. Dylan Thomas is going to spin out down the backstretch.
He's off track, so caution will come out anyway. And this is a caution that not everybody wanted to see. It's going to bundle everyone up together. As thankfully, it was just a 13 that fully spun out. Everyone else kind of kept going straight. The caution is out, and that kills the long green flag run. And now Cameron Rich is going to start sweating just a little bit. Let's go ahead and see just what happened here.
Let's take a look at the 3-wide television replay. As it looks like somebody got bottled up in front of them. And once again, it's another one of those incidents where one person checked up, another person checked up, and it just domino effect through it. Jake Scarborough was a little slower. You know what this was? This was one of those instances where you've got all these fresher tires trying to get past all these slower tires, and unfortunately the 13 of Dylan Thomas got the losing end of that stick. But I know some of these drivers are happy to see a yellow and some of these drivers are not.
65 checked up to avoid the 6, and the 09 ran right into the back of him, and the 88 ran into the back of him, and the 13 into the back of the 88. And that's what turned the 13 around, bringing out the 3rd caution of the night. Everyone's down pit road. So far, will anybody stay out? The 7, Ethan Burrell stays out, so does Watson, so does Miller, so does Santiago Aguirre. Or Aguirre, excuse me. 4 drivers stayed out, the rest of the field. Ooh, we're going to be restarting with maybe 3 laps to go. I think that's enough time for Cameron Rich or even Tate Lytle, if anybody who's up front to get around them. This may be, it's a risky strategy, but you know what? We're all for it here.
almost going to be a natural green-white checkered.
And Tate Lytle will beat Cameron Rich off pit road.
Woo!
That was a really close battle as Tate, Cameron, Caden Tufts, and Thomas Capuano each took, I would assume, right side tires because they have a 9.5 second pit stop averaging there. Cooper Johnson, Darren Staff, both over 13 seconds long in their pit stop, so I'm assuming they took down 4 fresh tires. Kynan Jones, 9.42 seconds, probably right sides only. And it's kind of the rest of the field that went down pit road probably took 4 fresh tires.
We'll see if we pace around here one more time. That will let us know how many laps we're going to fight this out to. It's going to be an exciting finish. A lot of drivers out here trying to capitalize on some championship contenders' struggles. Daniel Gore, who's been kind of on the edge of the top 20, now running 14th after that incident, trying to capitalize, trying to get more towards the front. As the pace truck extinguished the lights, this will be a 4-lap sprint to the end. Burrell, Watson, Miller, Aguirre, your top 4. Lytle, Rich, 4th, excuse me, 5th and 6th right there. I believe those are the first drivers on fresher tires, and that'll be right side fresher tires. We'll see how much of an advantage that is if they're ready to handle, because that does make your car handle just a little bit different. And as much as we want to say, it's a fixed setup, hotter tires in left, colder tires on the right, always makes the cars balance really wacky until you get those right sides up the temperature. But we'll see if it's better to have 2 cold ones versus 4 hot ones here in these closing laps of our first half of the Binx Designs 200 night championship night. For watching us over on YouTube on 3 Wide Television, we appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. Once again, Binx Designs, appreciate Binx Designs for sponsoring the Broadcasters Championship, tonight's race, and a few drivers in the field. Weekend Woodsmen for being the title sponsor of this season. Pace truck is off into the restart zone. 4-lap shootout. Green flag is in the air. We're back underway. Can we go green to the end? Let's find out.
Beautiful restart by Ethan Burrell. As now the battle for second is now a battle between the James, Miller, and Watson, going there 1 and 2 advantage going to Miller as he was on the inside on, now looking to the outside of Ethan Burrell for the race lead. The 7 and the 09 side by side here on the back stretches. The Wunsch muscles his way through, trying to get that 3rd place spot, will do, and is in a beautiful position to get that lead here in turn 3 and 4. Cameron Rich on the inside.
Oh, almost a little contact between Cooper Johnson and James Watson. Wow, we got 4 wide down the front stretch. Burrell, Tufts. Woo. So much racing all over this track right now. We've got 3 laps to go in our first half of championship night. James Miller battling out here with Tate Lytle for the race lead on the bottom of the left-hand screen. Oh, Miller into the wall. That's going to get to Lytle. Cameron Rich now finds himself in 2nd place. Coming to 2 laps to go. Will it be green to the end? Cameron Rich dives to the inside. Side by side off 4. Rich slides up just a little bit. Almost contact, if not just a little contact.
Here comes James Miller to the inside of Cameron Rich. As that battle for second continues, Cooper Johnson in 4th, right behind them, watching everything. He's got 4 fresh tires. Actually, the first driver with 4 fresh tires. As the 09 struggles there on the inside, Cooper's going to look on the outside. Cameron Rich is already past him, and Cooper's in the wall. Wrecking in the back.
Oh, it's Johnson.
Oh,
Heavy
man.
Contact.
Well, you
That
can't
car
say
is
he
gonna
wasn't
be
trying to go for
driving
gold there.
Hey, got to be in it to win it. He was in it to win it, and that's going to give us our first of 2 attempts at a green, white, checkered. According to timing and scoring on my screen, it's showing Tate Lytle, Cameron Rich, James Miller, Noah Brown, Jake Scarborough, our top 5 right now. Let's take a look at this 3-wide television replay.
What happened here? Cooper just barely tapped the wall. That slowed him up a lot. And that caused a 0-0, I think, to run into the back of somebody. I'm gonna have to look at it again.
It just looks like another one of those instances where somebody slows up in front coming off of 2, and it just dominoes really quick.
I wonder if maybe that was some netcode between the 21 and the 91.
And it looks like they were almost, like, it looked like the 9 of Westergreen got contact there. Maybe somebody didn't realize they were closer than they were expecting. I'm not sure what happened there. But in my eyes, just a racing incident going for the win in the closing laps of our first half.
That was weird how Cooper's car just jumped. It didn't really seem like he hit the outside wall.
There is bumps back there on the backstretch.
Maybe that's it. That was, I don't know, that was pretty strange. Regardless, he went around and got heavy contact with the inside wall. As go here on board with Darren's staff, as he kind of got a good view of the whole scenario. Is on the back bumper of the 77. Oh man!
Oh. Woo!
I did not think that that was as close as it was.
Squeaked through that one. As drivers are down on pit road getting that damage taken care of.
Alright. Gonna need you to take over the broadcast just a little bit before we go back to green.
Alright, can absolutely do that. As we get ready to get the field re-racked and restacked, we will have a green, white, checkered to finish this up. We get 2 attempts. This is our 4th caution of the night. 50 laps of this first half. 22 cars are getting inverted. Large numbers of cars getting inverted. A large number of cars getting inverted tonight, excuse me. We'll have to see if the battle for 22nd is a little bit more hectic than expected. Because whoever's in 22nd, we can start the pole for the next race. That's a pretty exciting thing. As the pace truck lights are off. Coming to our first green, white, checkered finish. Lytle, Rich, your front row. James Miller as well. Daniel Gore finding himself up to 8th spot right now. Noah Brown in 5th. James Miller there in 3rd. Field is all bunched up here on the back stretch. There's a couple drivers still coming around with their wave around. We'll be coming to our green flag this time.
Boy, I am excited for this. First attempt at a green, white, checkered. First of 2. Remember, invert 22, so the 22nd place driver, which right now is Ethan Burrell, will be starting on the pole here for half number 2.
And then it's something we'll have to keep an eye on. If you're Burrell, maybe I want to finish 22nd right now. There's no way I'm going to gain enough to really make a difference. So maybe we try to ride it out right here, and we'll see if there's a battle for 22nd. But I know what, there is going to be a battle. There's going to be a battle for the lead. And Tate Lytle with a great jump to the start. Cameron Rich, not such a great start. He's going to be side by side with James Miller for 2nd. That's exactly what Tate Lytle wants to see. Cameron Rich trying to grab some momentum off that tops. Drive it down the backstretch. James Watson now in second. Cameron Rich with a huge run down the backstretch, trying to get to the inside of James Miller. He will. Can he get to the inside of Tate Lytle? We'll see down into turns 3 and 4. Tate Lytle trying to cover that room. They're side by side for late through turns 3 and 4. James Miller now ripping the top. Is he going to put himself into a great run down the front stretch? We're side by side. White flag in the air. Tate Lytle, Cameron Rich side by side, the number 1 and the number 14 with James Miller going for a championship right there in third. Noah Brown in fourth as well, going for a championship. Tate Lytle turns left, now gets back to the inside of Cameron Rich. They're side by side down the backstretch, almost touching their side, drafting the crap out of each other. And James Miller is going to go 3 wide down to the bottom. Full send. Can he make the pass? He's giving it all he can. Tate Lytle.
Oh, neck code!
Oh, slight contact. Cameron Rich is going to get to the inside. Oh, there's going to be contact for the lead. Cameron Rich, he's got it by a nose. Cameron Rich is your winner.
Wow. That was some of the worst netcode I've seen at an unfortunate time. That sucks for Tate Lytle. He was there. Nothing that Miller did was wrong there. That was just an unfortunate netcode situation. But we got ourselves a fantastic photo finish, and Cameron Rich gets himself another victory here in OSCA in the season finale.
I mean, what a finish to half number 1. Wow. Had me on the edge of my seat. We still have yet to crown a champion.
Yeah, we still have yet to do that.
We will wait to hear from Vic here shortly, and as we do that, let's go over our results. Cameron Rich in that number 14 grabs the win for half number 1. James Miller second, Noah Brown third, Jake Scarborough finished fourth, Darren Staff fifth, David Westergreen sixth, Daniel Gore seventh, Tim Conrad eighth, Gilberto Javier Gomera is in 9th, Tate Lytle in 10th, Zach Evans is in 11th, Kynan Jones in 12th, 13th goes to Dylan Thomas, David Tooker gets 14th, Thomas Capuano is in 15th, 16th goes to Caden Tufts. 17th, you got Matt Hackathorn, and 18th is James Watson.
19th is Santiago Aguirre. Adam Peeler 20th, David Carpenter in 21st, Ethan Burrell 22nd, Dustin Dewar 23rd, Cooper Johnson 24th, Rashid Coles finished this in 25th, Dallas Myhan 26th, and Michael Pernasiglio in 27th position. So your invert pole sitter will be Ethan Burrell. With outside of pole will be Dave Carpenter here in half number 2. And Vic, I believe Vic is here. How was your race pick?
He almost won. It was close.
Almost. That was just some horrible net code. Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, Jeremy, unfortunately, your pick, didn't do so hot. So
not at the right time either. That is for sure. I'm gonna go with Ethan Burrell for half number 2 for my final pick of our season.
Like that pick. I like that pick. So Carlos, you
I finished.
You don't get to pick second. Yeah.
Yeah. Rare time now.
Wow. Crazy.
I think this may be the first time I've picked ahead of you, or excuse me, I picked after you.
I got 3 people that I could pick here. It's Tim Conrad, Dustin Dewar, or Rashid Coles. And, just because I haven't done it this season, I want to pick Tim Conrad, just because.
I saw him in that first race, and he was showing his stuff.
Carlos, who you got for half 2,
I think
buddy?
from the picks that I have for half left, I'm going to go with Dylan D. Thomas.
I like
Got
that
himself
pick.
a good top 15 finish.
I like that pick. Good stuff.
Well, that's going to be the final pick of our Binx Designs Broadcast Championship. Just a few minutes left here.
I was told to check my DMs, and I don't know if Vic is here, but is it actually confirmed now that Redux Racing has won? Vic's not here, but Redux Racing is saying that they've won the team championship, and that they can celebrate the team championship win with Gold Championship merch live now. So check out their Twitter page at Redux_Racing. To I guess to get some championship gold trim merch.
Wow, celebrating before the season's even over.
I know they came into this as the OSCA team standings leader, and I think that's good enough, especially with, unfortunately, the one of Shift Esports having that issue there that sent him from possibly winning this race to finishing 10th.
Just got just a few moments left here, Carlos. I think we got a weekend's Woodsman's ad we can play.
Yeah, you just go ahead and take care of that. Shout out to Weekend Woodsmen for sponsoring the series. We'll be right back after we play a brief commercial.
Be sure to check out Tim Mayo Conrad and the Weekend Woodsman crew on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button to get notifications when a new video drops, and check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy the race.
And welcome back to 3Y Television's coverage of the Binx Designs Championship Night for the 2024B OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series season finale. Ethan Burrell is going to lead us to the green. Dave Carpenter is going to be in second. Adam Peeler will be rolling off in third, and in the fourth, we've got Santiago Aguirre. In the fifth starting position, you've got James Watson. And in the sixth starting position, you've got Matt Hackathorn. In the seventh starting position, you've got Caden Tufts. In the eighth starting position, you've got Thomas Capuano. In the ninth starting position, you've got David Tooker. And in the 10th starting position, you've got Dylan Thomas. In 11th, you've got the 73 of Kynan Jones, and in 12th, you've got the 6 of Zach Evans. 13th starting position, you had Tate Lytle, who had his name in the bucket to win that race first half. And the 14th, the 52, Gilberto Javier Gomera. 15th starting spot, we've got Tim Conrad. In the 16th spot, you've got Daniel Gore.
17th and 18th will be David Rushgreen and Darren Staff. 19th will be Jake Scarborough, and alongside him in the 20th position, car number 65, there Noah Brown for Redux Racing. James Miller in 21st with Cameron Rich for Weekend Woodsman Racing in 22nd. That was your half one winner. 23rd and 24th will be Dustin Dewar and Cooper Johnson. Look out for Cooper Johnson trying to make his way up from the back. Rashid Coles in 25th with Dallas Myhan in 26th. Dallas got some unfortunate luck there in half one, looking to turn things around to finish the season strong. And Michael Pernasiglio will be starting here in 27th here in half number two.
I do believe Perniciglio disconnected the first half. I'm not sure if he was able to get a reconnection.
Yeah, he is not actively on track, so I believe we're going to be starting only 26 cars here in this second half.
And speaking of 26 drivers, we want to thank each and every driver that's participated this season in the OSCA 2024B season. Every driver that filled in and when they needed to, last minute, whatever they had to do. Thank you for being a small part of the season. Thank you to all the drivers that were full-time, raced every single week in and out. Got to thank everybody at the staff for putting this together. This is a big operation, and glad to be a part of it. And we're ready to finish up the season with our final 15 laps of our feature race event. Ethan Burrell and Dave Carpenter will be first and second in the front row. And you got Santiago Aguirre and Adam Peeler, our second row. Once again, these drivers do have to pit for fuel at some point. The last half definitely had a wide open range of different fuel strategies. Found Cameron Rich, though, still in victory lane. Can Cameron Rich go back-to-back, or somebody else from the 26 car field is going to find themselves in victory lane? Pace truck is off. Burrell in the restart zone. Green flag in the air. The final start of the season is underway. Santiago all the way to the top, trying to get that momentum. Had a huge run. Then he caught the 71 of Dave Carpenter just off there just a little bit. Luckily avoided any incident as Aguirre continues to rip the lip. Saving those tires potentially. Ethan Burrell leads lap number 1 for our feature event with Adam Peeler right there in second. Santiago Aguirre in third, James Watson fourth, Matt Hackathorn cracking himself into the top 5. What an awesome field of cars. There's nothing better than a big track and a lot of cars. It makes it look extremely racy, and I tell you what, these drivers are having a blast. 4 wide through the turns, down the straightaways, almost contact there between Staff and Scarborough potentially down the front straightaway. It was close. One driver that's not having any issues is Ethan Burrell, and that number 7 still leading the way. But the 88 of Aguirre is trying to make the charge to his back bumper, a little loose on the exit. It's going to bring Peeler back into this battle as James Watson, one of our championship contenders, running in 4th, battling it out with Dylan Thomas, trying to get himself into that podium position.
Oh, someone's in the outside wall. I think that's 52.
Gilberto Javier Gomera.
Yeah, that's right. 52 got in the outside wall. Lost a little bit of track position, but he's still out there running.
A little scrape never hurts.
You know what's so beautiful watching all these cars, like you mentioned? It's also doing it at night here. Look at that 6. That's a brightly colored number 6 machine, Binx Designs. What a beautiful car.
It really is. I love the snowflakes all around it. It's definitely got the Christmas feel. It's almost got a 90s arcade feel. Look at the inside. Oh, look at that is cool. All different colors.
I keep on forgetting you can paint the roll bars different colors.
Yeah. I don't know if they do that like with a gradient or how they do it, but it looks cool when you put it together in the sim. I tell you what, let's say a chassis builder nightmare.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's tight. couple
was
drivers
contact.
checking up on the front of them.
Yeah, somebody got into the wall there. I'm not sure who it was.
Adam Peeler's losing positions.
Peeler wreck. Yes, he's stopped on the backstretch.
I think he did, yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. He has crashed and is taking a tow.
He was smoking, and he's done. Let's take a look. Peeler, contact from the 39, I believe, of Watson.
Oh, man.
Ends his night. Just 5 laps in. Little contact with the wall. Oh, looks like Watson got a shove there. Maybe Watson was trying to check up to not run into Peeler, and unfortunately the driver behind Watson got into the back of him. Great 3-wide television replay action. As we look up front, Santiago Aguirre took over the lead during that replay action. Ethan Burrell now finds himself in second place with Dylan Thomas in third, Thomas Capuano fourth, and James Watson fifth, as the battle for lead continues on between Burrell and Aguirre.
Aguirre doing a great job trying to get that lead, and he got the lead. And now he's slowly going to try to pull away there from Ethan Burrell, as now he has to contend with Dylan Thomas. As that's a battle for second, as they're going side by side here into turns 3 and 4. As Santiago chooses to run that outside line to get a great run off the corner, but that brings everyone else closer to him.
Whew. Dylan Thomas, you know, he was running towards the front there and had an incident late. So if anything, this might be playing into his hands, being up in the front here earlier on, helping him have better track position. We'll have to see if he can get to that lead, because he's right there, man. He is just taking all of that momentum off that high side. Look at the run down the backstretch. This is some great, I just love multi-group tracks like this. It is really sad to see that Auto Club no longer exists. Partially exists, but you know, the good part of the track is no longer here, so.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Auto Club. What a beautiful track.
Really was, and it sucks because, you know, I feel like the 1.5 mile racing just got better once we got into the next gen era. You know, you don't realize how good the 1.5 mile racing was with Xfinity cars until you could really, you know, look at it with the next gen. Ooh, Aguirre really close to that wall.
I think he did hit it. He just got it just slightly, not enough to damage the car, but enough to lose the lead and second place, and maybe even third place. The 21 of Thomas Capuano looking to his inside, but I think the 88 will still have enough momentum to hold off onto that run.
Look at this racing throughout the field. Wow. Oh, we're doing really good. Knock on wood, got a really good run going on here.
Cautions out, cautions out. You had to open your mouth.
I did. I kind of, as I was saying,
that was all you.
So I couldn't like finish the sentence, and I saw cars wrecking. Let's take a look at that replay.
Yeah.
Let's see what.
Let's see what just what happens. Oh no!
Oh,
Hyman goes around.
Did you get on that scene?
No, I think he got contact from the 75. I don't know if that was from netcode or if there actually was contact, but I believe I saw contact. Here we go, the three-way TV. Oh no, Cam!
Oh no is right. Oh, looks like just checked up a little bit there for Kynan Jones, and the oh no cam caught all the action. Great shot right there, yeah. Just turning in, and unfortunately, just nicked them. And
I think that may have just been like netcode as well. I don't really know if the 75
I don't think
was there.
It was just, it happened so, it just looked like a racing incident to me, you know, I don't know.
I mean, yes, it's a racing incident, of course. I really can't judge, cannot judge if there would or would not have been contact regardless. I think it was, if there was going to be contact, it was like the closest thing. As everyone's going down Pear Road. No one's even questioning it so far. Except for Dustin Dewar. He's questioning it. He is staying out.
So one driver trying to roll the dice here. I believe he thinks I believe we still have to pit one more time.
Yeah,
So
I believe they will have to pit at least one more time.
So maybe if it goes green here for a little bit, he could have an extra set of tire advantage on everybody else.
Thomas Capuano with a 7.10 second pit stop. I think that's fuel only.
Looks like Rashid Coles stayed out as well.
Two drivers stayed out. Thomas Capuano with a 7.10 second pit stop, which I do believe is fuel only, but we'll see. There's a, ooh, I'm having a bit of a lag there.
Whoops. A little bouncy bounce.
All good, all good.
So Ethan Burrell leading early on, now pitted that time. Comes out fourth, so lost little to no track position. As Dustin Dewar, Rashid Coles stayed out, and Thomas Capuano, we are believing, just took fuel only to put themselves in front of that number 7. Looking right now through the field, our winner of half number 1, Cameron Rich, now finds himself in the 9th position, moving right through the field. These truck lights are off. Field. We'll get double file and we will come back to the green next time by. Excited to see this race battle continue on up front. The lead's been swapped so many times. It's a lot of fun to watch that lead battle and different strategies up front. We'll see how it plays out. Real quick, our top 10. Dustin Dewar, Rashid Coles, Ethan Burrell, Thomas Capuano, Ethan Burrell, Dylan Thomas, Santiago Guare, Tim Conrad, Caden Tufts, James Watson, Cameron Rich, your top 10. This field is double file, pacing out of turn 4. Pace truck makes the left-hand turn into the restart zone now. Green flag back in the air for the feature of championship night 2024 being the OSCA season. Woo. Second on back, it is a hornet's nest.
They're 4 wide.
It is not fun being that driver all the way in the bottom when they say 4 wide. It's especially so hard when to enter that turn.
Especially when the car on the inside gets loose into the corners. That was a little checkup, but everyone's still okay as we're almost 5 wide here.
I don't even know how we haven't wrecked. Holy cow. They were all over the place coming out of turn 4 that time around.
Oh, man, Cooper Johnson gets loose exiting 2. He saves it. It's going to lose some time. But everyone's still out here going straight. Going there into turns 3 and 4. Still 3 wide here.
3 wide. From, I think that's like 7th on back. We'll get a great look at the field where 3-wide multicam, 3-wide TV multicam, excuse
Not
me.
6 wide! No, 5 wide, excuse me. I couldn't count. I couldn't do math.
Still, 5 wide is wild.
You could go 6. You could go 7 or 8 wide. Yes! Around goes the 09!
Oh, no! Championship contender.
Oh, no! The 52, the 6 involved. That's Westergreen as well as, who is that? Can't quite see who that is. Horrendous crash, taking out some more drivers, including a championship driver. Let's see what happened here.
Grab that replay and let's fire it up. Coming out of, I believe that was turn 2. Yes, turn 2 here. And there was some crazy racing. There was somebody almost up and over on their lid. It was crazy. Not sure what caused them to get so bunched up like that. No, there we go. Here's a good shot. All right, got light on the bottom. Just 3 cars trying to go for 2 spots. Not enough room.
Oh, no, it was Westergreen who got into the back bumper of the 35 and shot the 35 up, the rear bumper up in the air a little bit. As Hackathon almost made contact. I think that's some neck hood contact. Hey, that could just be a case of his hood coming back up attached once a couple seconds passed through, but horrendous hit there for the 52 and the 09.
Unfortunately, I think that's going to do it for their nights. And Miller's championship hopes. Oh. Oh no, the 3-wide TV panel's gone.
Oh no. Heavy contact for a lot of these guys.
Yep. That might potentially thin out our field just a little bit here.
Oh, Zach just couldn't really do anything there. And honestly, all things considered, I think Zach was okay. Just a little bit of contact. I mean, that can probably get fixed from front end damage. As where is the 04? I don't think. I think it showed maybe the 04 did get involved in it, but does he have a hood here? Yeah, I think he got through it. It just looked like maybe he did get involved in the crash, but then the hood, the hood attaches itself back up.
It was so close to iRacing couldn't figure it out.
Oh man. Hold on. And it's like, oh no, we're good.
I was like,
no
just
contact.
Kidding. He actually made it
no contact.
iRacing's like, oh, this guy's screwed. Oh, wait, never mind, he made through. Put it back on.
Almost at the halfway mark. I don't know if the guys can make it from here. I mean, regardless, people did not go down pit road, so I think that answers that question.
Yep, you were correct. I did not see anybody come down pit road, but I see everybody double filing up here, coming to, I would assume, the 1 to go signal.
Yep, 1 to green here. Gonna be restarting with 31 laps remaining in this race, so yeah, definitely can't make it from here. But once we get maybe to the halfway mark, I think maybe that's when the windows could open. Let me take a look at the race notes. I think we got something. Broadcast. No, the only information we got is 3 sets of tires for each half. So some of the drivers have already taken 1 set, but the majority of the top 10, the majority of the top 10 have taken a set. Dustin Dewar has yet to pit, so he will have to go down pit road pretty soon once we do go back green, maybe 6 or 7 laps after. But that's probably when I would expect. I don't know when pit road, the window will open for the driver. I think the window will probably open at the halfway mark, but when they'll actually start pitting, I don't know if they're going to try to pit as soon as the window opens, or if they're going to go for it, maybe try to break up the run into 2s, break it up at halfway. So we'll see here once we go back to green how it's all going to pan out here.
Still a lot of racing left to go. Almost to that halfway mark. Second caution already. Ethan Burrell, our leader in the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Oh, it was a little sketchy up front. Everybody trying to jump it. Ooh, Noah Brown. Oh, trying to jump to the outside of Dylan Thomas. Dylan Thomas was going to the same spot. Ethan Burrell, pretty far out front right now over Dewar. A little bit of breathing room as Aguirre gets a huge run off the top. Gets down to the inside of Dustin Dewar right there, trying to make the pass for second. He's going to complete it and sets his sights for the leader. Can Dewar battle back on the outside? He cannot, as he's now top of 3, almost 4, as Brown and our first half winner, Cameron Rich, finds himself back into our top 5.
We gotta look out for Cameron Rich. He is a threat at any track that he's on. 13 gets some contact. Does a fantastic job of saving it. I don't know if he made contact at the 45 there trying to save the vehicle, but did a great job of not really losing too much time and slows the race car to continue going, as Cameron Rich has gone past both those guys and solely into that 4th place position. Aguirre loving that outside line as he is just continuing to use it. He doesn't care if he gives up some time in the middle of the corner and the entry, because he continues to hold off on that great run there on the outside line. Continues to lead this race as Santiago is looking to get himself a fantastic here finish in this second half season finale.
He's been up top pretty much since the green flag. Hasn't looked back. Like you said, loses a little bit of time in the entry in the middle, but gains it all back down the straightaways. And honestly, I think it's helping his tires, you know, not being so low and having to put so much wheel into it. But Ethan Burrell with a good run there with help from Noah Brown. Noah Brown, one of our championship contenders. Ooh, almost side drafted him a little too hard there. Down the front stretch. Burrell, Aguirre, Brown. Now Darren Staff in the picture. Cameron Rich trying to peek it in there.
And Darren
Jake
Staff,
Scarborough,
the best of the rest driver. He's the one leading the best in the rest right now, trying to show that he definitely should be leading that and wants to be back in the chase house next season, as he's looking to get that lead position as well, as these guys are fanning out 3 wide, almost 4 wide here for the race lead.
Aguirre, Staff, Brown, 3 wide with Burrell on his own island right now in front.
Oh!
Almost contact. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there between Staff and Brown.
You got a damage report here from James Miller, saying that unfortunately the team reported too much damage cannot be repaired, as I can now open up a pack of Pokemon cards.
Unfortunate ending there to James Miller's season. Came in here with a shot at the championship and it got cut short early of the second feature.
James, if you're still here and you want to have an interview, we'd love to bring you up here and talk to you here. Get you a take on how your season went and maybe even this race. Just go into the interview waiting channel.
Oh, Cameron Rich trying to battle around Darren Staff right there. Wow, they're right there on the edge of the top 5. We're battling it really hard. 3 wide. Rich, Staff, Brown, Dylan Thomas all battling it right there. Tate Lytle, also another one of those drivers that was up towards the front of that first half. Now back to the front as well. Find him in 4th, trying to march around Jake Scarborough. Makes a hard turn to the left. Cameron Rich keeps it high, wide, and handsome. Trying to use all the momentum down this straightaway. Oh, a little bit of wall contact right there in front of him. Where is he going to go with this momentum?
Oh, Oh, that's so close between the shift drivers and the Redux, and the Redux teammates themselves also got really close to each other.
Man, Aguirre just getting chewed up right now. I'm not sure what happened. He was doing so good. Now everybody's just eating him up.
I think the tires. I think that's it. I think maybe some of these guys have been overdriving their tires, and it's starting to show.
Which is crazy because I thought the top side would help you, but
No, the top side,
ripping the bottom.
Running the outside line actually kind of kills your tires more. Is what I've realized here with iRacing. Is if you want to save tires, you want to be on the bottom of the track. I don't fully understand it, but that's what I've been told, and that's what I've kind of been noticing myself.
Oh, Cooper Johnson, a little bit of wall contact, got some big runs behind him. Hopefully everybody gets checked up accordingly. Without
Dewar going down pit road. As I think Dustin Dewar may be starting this cycle of green flag pit stops. And I think we may be seeing some of these guys go down as well. Pretty soon. I don't know if it's going to be right now, but I think pretty soon we'll be seeing these guys go down pit road. As the 77, Jake Scarborough gets a little loosey-goosey there from the back, from the front bumper of Cameron Rich. Makes a great recovery, but will lose the advantage. Has to block off that high line run from Darren Staff, who makes a little bit of contact with him. As now the 77 is playing a defensive game, trying to be 5 wide here, trying to block himself. Trying to block the 14 and the 45. Shoots the middle and is going to get passed on both sides there. It seems like Darren Sapp for sure, as Cameron Rich is going to get that advantage there going into turns 3 and 4. As now the 77 is going to lose a spot to the 0-0.
All this talking and action back here to the field. You got Ethan Burrell just kind of out there on a Sunday cruise, just over a half a second and just over a tenth quicker than the rest of the field. Out there in that clean air. Clean air is king. Tate Lytle, though, trying to capitalize. As you can see, Cameron Rich, our first half winner, now to the inside of Darren Staff, side by side, out of turn 2, trying to make that pass for another podium finish, as we're now past that halfway mark. Going to be coming to 20 laps to go when we get to the start-finish line. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. Looks like Dylan Thomas might have gotten into the inside there. I'm not sure who that was on the inside of him.
Brandon Jones, Cooper Johnson going down pit road. This is the true cycle starter here for the guys that did go down pit road under the last caution period. As these guys are going to strike first, and we're going to see if anybody else is going to go in and follow them. Oh, contact from the 77 to the 13. Shoots the 13 up high, but no further harm there. As a little bit of momentum loss there for the 13. But the 75 is right on the back bumper there, helping him continue.
Whew, we got some great racing out here. And we got pit stops underway. So much to keep track of. Looks like Cooper Johnson now on pit road.
Hackathorn actually on pit road going down, entering. The only one to go this time by, as now we've only had Kynan and Cooper Johnson going down pit road. Hackathorn in, as everyone else is still staying out there running laps with 19 laps remaining.
A lot of these drivers know they got to pit. You know, it's just a mind game. You don't want to get stuck a lap down. There's so much that goes into the equation. For Ethan Burrell, you're just going to stay out, hope for the best.
Here we go, Cameron
Rich, yep.
Tate Lytle, Darren Staff, Caden Tufts, Noah Brown, Myhand, Watson, Santiago, all going down pit road here. Lots of drivers.
Pit road is an extremely busy place right now. Oh, we got contact on the backstretch there. Who's that into the wall? Is that Dylan Thomas?
It may have been. I think it's the 13, yeah. Dylan Thomas into the wall.
Yeah, contact between the wall, and I believe that's the 75 of David Tucker that he made slight contact with as well. Still staying out, it looks like. Jake Scarborough makes that left-hand turn.
Tate Lytle beat Cameron Ridge exiting Pear Road. Tate Lytle, Cameron Ridge,
Ethan
getting
Burrell.
tough there in
Ethan
staff.
Burrell, sorry.
Yep, Ethan Burrell, Daniel
Ethan
Gore,
Burrell.
Tucker, Scarborough, Coles, all down Pit Road. Oh, look at the speed there from the 32. Threading the needle there in the middle of the corner.
Gripping and ripping. 4 tires going on these cars, packing those tanks full of fuel, trying to make it to the end.
Nick Scarborough with right sides only.
Okay,
Thomas
Scarborough, right
Capuano.
sides only.
Yeah, Thomas Capuano, Don Perro, Dave Carpenter, and Dylan Thomas following right there. As Tim Conrad has yet to go down Perro. Tim Conrad, Zach Evans, and David Westergreen are the 3 drivers remaining that have yet to go down Pear Road, although I think David Westergreen is not really in contention here for winning. At least that car is kept cool. You can add all the tape in the world to that car, and that engine will not blow.
Yeah. It'll be good to go rest of the night. It'll be too cool, unfortunately. Dylan Thomas now down pit road.
Let's see. Once everyone goes down Pear Road, I believe Tate Lytle, who is battling with Cameron Rich, that will be your battle for the lead.
Our leader, Ethan Burrell.
Oh, right.
Looks like he lost 4 seconds on pit road.
All right, Jeremy, I believe you are here catching up on the Infield Care Center with James Miller.
Yeah, let's talk James Miller. Unfortunate ending to his championship hopes, ending early. James, walk us through that incident. Walk us through tonight, and just give us a quick brief on your season, man. It sucks that it came short on championship night, but at least you were in the hunt for it.
Yeah, that sums up the season, honestly. Last week was good, just hoping for a better result this week. Just went in there 4 wide, and iRacing spotters don't call 4 wide. Not sure why we haven't fixed that yet, but I knew that going into the corner. Knew it'd probably be tight, bad, but it was the last race of the season. I was going for it, and I wasn't going to back out. And, you know, I don't think the 35 quite realized we were 4. I'm sure he didn't realize I had a car to my outside, so he was just arcing out like he was middle 3 wide. We got contact. I got hit by a couple other cars and hit the inside wall, and I thought, wow, that sucks, but I'll get fixed up and come back out. And I had the surprise on pit road that, no, I'm not allowed to fix it. So, one and only DNF of the season, right at the end.
I didn't even know that they brought that back.
I was like, oh, okay.
Well, it sucks that your season, or it sucks that your championship night, got cut short, early in the second half. But like you were in it here, you've had a decent season. Who do you got to thank for getting you through this season?
Yeah, just huge shout out to Matt Hackathorn and Cameron Rich for the car, for the opportunity to run this season. Those guys kept me in the right mental state to keep going at it week in, week out. And I don't even know how I was in P2 when we started this thing with the amount of times I went. I think there was 8, maybe this is the 9th race. I would finish 6th or better in the first half, and then 18th or worse in the second half. It was killer. Like it was really bringing me down. So of course that's how we end the season. But I'm in good spirits. It was a fun season. Wasn't gonna have anything for Daniel Gore. He was just way too perfect the whole season and fast. So fun battling him. Best of luck. I'm sure he's got this in the bag. I don't really see how he would at this point with his points lead. So congrats to him, really. But yeah, just thanks to you guys for the broadcast all week, and I'll see you guys next season.
Absolutely, James. Appreciate your time with your unfortunate circumstance getting out early, but we appreciate you coming up here. And like you said, we will see you next season.
Hey, no problem.
That was James Miller, one of our championship contenders that had an unfortunate quick end to his championship battle here tonight. Speaking of battles, right there you can see Tate Lytle trying to get to the outside of Ethan Burrell with Caden Tufts on his back bumper, but you got Cameron Rich up front, 17.5 seconds behind Zach Evans. Zach Evans trying to do a little bit of different strategy here, I suppose. Got to do something different to try to put yourself in a better position. We have got 10 laps to go in the season. Man, it is just flying by here in this second half.
Look at that boy smile. He is happy to be leading laps here in this in the last race here of the season with a beautiful car as well.
Leading here to the end, trying to catch a caution, trying to flip the script and put himself in a good position to come back down pit road at the end of this race, but not sure if it's gonna happen. But he's still got 16 seconds with 9 laps to go. He's about a second off the pace. It's gonna be really close if he's trying to stretch it to the end. Ethan Burrell still battling it out there with Cameron Rich. You can see Caden Tufts up there. We got James Watson, another one of our championship contenders, getting some heat from the 75 of David Toker. That's back in 12th. Caden Tufts is in 5th on your screen, with Burrell and Cameron Rich battling out right there in front of him. This is exactly what Zach Evans wants to see, is these drivers battling it out so it can slow them down just a little bit. Any advantage they have, which right now it's about a second and a half faster. Up, and Zach Evans is now coming down pit road, so that strategy is now out the window, unfortunately.
Yeah, Zach Evans had to go down pit road at some point. He was running out of fuel. Probably around here is probably the last time he could go down pit road without running out of fuel, as that beautiful number 6 machine is going to give up that lead, hoping a caution would have come out, and will suffer horrendously. He'll be all the way towards the back now. He'll have some fresh tires, he'll make up some spots, but it'll be really hard for him to get anywhere where he was before. Meanwhile, Cameron Rich is your race leader, but the battle continues as Ethan Burrell onto his inside, and the number 1 at Tate Lytle looking on the outside there, as we are 3 wide there for the race lead, coming to the line here with 6 laps to go.
What a battle we have for the lead. 50 laps, and it comes down to the final 6 to look just like this. 3 wide at the line for the lead. Wow, this is going to be a heck of a finish. Tate Lytle almost makes a little contact while he backs up his entry and just goes full throttle. He's going to try and power move on the outside. He's going to get there, but he's going to get blocked there by Ethan Burrell, that's a clean block, just getting into his racing line because he knew the 14 of Cameron Rich was going to make it so he couldn't get to his left. As that number 1 continues to just try to grip it right at the top, Cameron Rich tries to sneak out to the inside there. Cannot make it happen. They've got momentum on the top, and then you got Tate Lytle going to go to the inside, 3 wide at the line once again. 5 laps to go.
I think Tate Lytle let that lap in. He's going to have the advantage going into turns number 1 and 2. Goes from the bottom to the top. Actually went from the top to the bottom to the top there, as he is now running that outside line here in 1 and 2. Going to get a good run as the 7 and 14 just don't have the same speed. The 7 trying to side draft there to get a run there going into turns 3 and 4. Going to be even on up. Advantage now to the 7 onto the inside.
But the number 1 of Tate Lytle still using that momentum on the high side. He's going to try and make that pass once again, but the 7 of Ethan Burrell not letting the fight go away. Great side draft to keep that number 1 within striking range. Cameron Rich right here on his onboard camera. Where is he going to go? Which direction does he need to go?
He shoots
Ethan
the middle,
Burrell.
a very safe zone.
Ethan Burrell makes that pass, but obviously Tate Lytle with the momentum on the top is going to try and pass it back here in 3 and 4. We're going to have 3 laps to go and get back to the line. I don't know who's going to win this.
I have my money on Cameron Rich. He may have a sweep here tonight. He's saving his tires. He's letting these guys battle side by side as they cross each other every single lap. We're going to wait here until the very last second, and I think we're going to see the number 14 break some ankles there on the last lap as he's going to get a victory here. Maybe not Tate Lytle. Yeah, Tate Lytle getting a good run, and now all the battlings are over as the 1, 7, and the 14 are single file, but that 7 sniffing on the back bumper there, going to the inside of 3 and 4. So does the 14.
Here we go. 2 laps to go in our season, and we've got a great battle for the lead. Lytle, Burrell, Cameron Rich, the 3 drivers out front battling for the win. Just 2 laps to go, under 3 miles. Who's going to come out in victory lane?
The 1 gets a good run off the outside of the corner, looking to the inside here in 3 and 4 for the last time. Excuse me, for the second to last time this season. As the 1 and the 7 battle it out continuously, the 14 still looking behind, not fully close there, but close enough to make a move. We'll see as the 1 gets a run, the 7 gets a run, looking to the inside here. They're going to cross the start-finish line for 1 lap remaining.
White flag in the air on this 2024 season. We've got a barn burner finish on our hands. Burrell, Lytle, 1, 2. Burrell trying to get that momentum off the top. Lytle trying to get that momentum on the top. He's going to make it happen down the backstretch. They're side by side for the race win. What is Ethan Burrell going to do? Lytle is going to send it in there hard. Burrell is going to try to counter that and drive down to do a switcheroo, but looks like Tate Lytle is going to have just enough room to be able to block anything that comes from Burrell. Tate Lytle is going to come across the start-finish line and win the final half of 2024.
What a drive by these 3 guys as Tate Lytle gets the victory. Second place, Ethan Burrell. Cameron Rich third. First chase-off driver will be finishing in 4th here. Capuano in 5th. Cooper Johnson, great recovery, finishing in 6th. As in 7th place, Daniel Gore, Jake Scarborough 8th, David Tucker 9th, and Noah Brown will be finishing in 10th place.
Wow, what a final race. You couldn't have asked for a better finish from these drivers to just duke it out. Great, clean racing. Tate Lytle is going to celebrate here at Auto Club for the Binx Designs Fontana 200 second half winner.
Oh, look at all the dirt he's kicking up.
Woo.
Cameron Rich also celebrating because he was your half-1 victor.
Yes. And we will speak to podium finishers from both halves here momentarily after we go over our results.
Yeah, we're going to stay quiet here for just a bit. Actually, no, we don't have to stay quiet. Let's go ahead and go over the actual finishing results here for this last half of 2024 as the 1 and 14 continue to celebrate. We already went through the top 10. Lytle, Ethan, Cameron, Caden, Thomas, Cooper, Daniel, Jake, and David and Noah. In 11th, Darren Staff, David Carpenter finishing in 12th, James Watson 13th, Dallas Myhant in 14th, Matt Hackathorn finishing in 15th, Kynan Jones 16th, Dustin Dewar finishing in 17th place with Santiago Aguirre finishing in 18th. 19th, and further back will be Zach Evans, Dylan Thomas, Rashid Coles, David Westergreen in 22nd, Tim Conrad 23rd, James Miller finishing in 24th, Gilberto Javier Gomera finishing in 25th, Adam Peeler finishing in 26th, and Michael Perniciglio finished, actually did not even start this second half. So 26 drivers started this one. And we have another season that is over here in OSCA competition. Once we get final word on who the champion is, we'll go ahead and mention that. But I think we can go ahead and bring in, well, you know what, we'll be right back, guys, as we get ourselves all sorted out here for the final interview. So for the time being, we're gonna go radio silence, and we'll when we're back, we'll be back with drivers to talk to.
And welcome back to Championship Night of the 2024B Weekend Woodsman Series season finale here on 3 Wide TV. Glad to have you here. This was a great night of racing to finish off the season, and Daniel Gore is our champion. What a great night of racing. And of course, with a great night of racing, there is also race winners. And we're going to start off with our first half race winner, the number 14 of Cameron Rich. Cameron, man, you had a great night of racing all around. Found yourself in victory lane for the first one. You came up just short in the second one. Walk us through your night.
Well, I was pretty sure. I thought if that first half went green, that it was going to be pretty clear sailing. Of course, it didn't, and there was that caution that came out. I was pretty sure that I wasn't going to have a chance there because I was on. Actually, in both halves, I did 2 tires the whole race. I didn't ever change lefts because I just didn't think I really needed to. So it worked out pretty well in the first half. The car drove all right. I saw James and Tate there kind of making a move down into the 3, so I kind of just held station on the middle. I thought there might be some contact, you know. If not, they might have gotten a bad run or something. And then, lo and behold, a race I probably had no business winning came into my lap. So I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. It was good. The second half, not so much. Just same strategy with the 2 tires. I ran out of tire at the end. I think Tate and Ethan had 4 on their car. So either way, I mean, I'm not going to say that was the difference. They're both really good. So want to congratulate Tate on the win in half 2 and Dan on the championship. Awesome season for him. Apologize to Jake. I was trying to push him down the backstretch and I nerfed him into the wall a little bit and it messed his car up. I didn't think it really should have. I was pushing everybody like that all night and he was the only one that got damage out of it. So apologies to him. I do race with the Redux guys on the road stuff, so I obviously don't want to go out and wreck those guys either. But yeah, good championship to that team. They did really well all season. So want to thank Tim for having me in the car. It's been a good season.
That leads me right into it. Who you got to thank for this season?
Well, I want to thank all my drivers, Mikey P, Tom, Matt, and James. James, in typical fashion of how his year has gone, he had a bad second half and may have lost second of the points. Who knows at this point? But it was a good season for TMR overall. I think we got a few wins out in the season. Mikey got some wins. James got a few wins. Just we're going to try to come back next season with the trucks and see if we can do it a little bit better.
Well, congratulations on your first half win and I believe it was a 3rd place finish in that second half. And happy holidays to you and have a good off season. And we'll hopefully talk to you next season.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for broadcasting all season. I know it's long, but y'all do a fantastic job.
Appreciate the kind words. Yes, I appreciate the kind words. All right, that was Cameron Rich. We already talked to James Miller earlier on. Is Noah Brown? Yes, Noah Brown is in there.
Yeah, bring
Let's
in whoever
talk.
you want.
Yeah, let's talk to Noah Brown. He finished 3rd in the first heat, and it looks like he finished 10th in the main event. So it'll be a 3rd and a 10th for Noah Brown to finish off your season. Walk us through tonight. Walk us through your season.
Man, I suck. I shouldn't be here, honestly. I was trying not to drive through people. I got in a couple incidents, but nothing too crazy. No one had hurt feelings, but pretty good race. The racing was super fun, super clean, moving around a lot. Just trying to save as much tire as I could. Throwing it by the wayside when I felt it was right. But that last couple runs there in that first heat, just running up through the pack, trying to gain track position as fast as I could without burning everything off. But yeah, super tight racing tonight. Lots of fun. I couldn't really have it any other way. I'm grateful for Daniel. I'm grateful for. I think Miller's gonna get the P2 in the Drivers' Championship. I wish I could have raced him in half 2, but yeah, just super fun racing. I had a great time this season. I think I learned a lot, and I would love to be back here. Obviously, I'm pretty sure I'll be invited back, but we'll see how that goes. Nothing's guaranteed in this life, but I just want to thank the sponsors, thank everyone that's around me on the team, everyone in my family. Yeah, I really couldn't pull through without a lot of these people. So, yeah.
Awesome stuff, Noah Brown.
Before you start talking, Jeremy, I actually want to thank you, Noah.
What did I do? I didn't do nothing.
Well, you showed up every race. And I mean, you might be a pain in the neck, and you might love joking that you wreck everyone all the time. Shush. All right, we're getting there. But you did show up every week, and you definitely earned your position. And you definitely will be back next season.
Ooh.
There you
All
go.
right. I take that as a challenge.
Yeah.
Heard it here
the challenge
first.
Next season, then, is you have to win the championship.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah.
One step
that
at a
means
time.
you gotta beat Gore for it.
Ah, that's not happening. I
Gore
broke
is
my wall
definitely-
last time I tried to beat him in a race.
You heard it here first. Noah Brown will be back next season. Congratulations, Noah, and thank you for your time.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
That was Noah Brown, our third place finisher of the first half. Finished second or 10th in this next one. I believe now that'll bring us into our feature winner, Tate Lytle, winning the second half. Had a decent first half. What else did you need to have a better first half, and walk us through your night?
Well, I felt like I had that first half won. I just needed the 09 to not gas it when he did, and to not have a foot and a half of a net code when we did. And at worst, I finished second, ended up 10th. The way that the net code kicked me sideways, it was a little ridiculous. Even if we do make contact, I mean, we're just dooring each other. I don't think I'm getting that wrecked. But that's the way iRacing rolls sometimes. But I had fun. It was so tight with the is it like 60% fuel or something? I don't even know what exactly the percentage is, but it was so tight with the low fuel that the two tires, it was a little, you didn't have quite the grip like on the first, like on entry necessarily, but it was handling so much better on exit because you could actually turn. That I took two tires at the end of the first race, and really I kind of sold that one. Didn't get through that first lap, that first corner on the restart as good as I needed to, and let the 14 and the 09 kind of have a chance at me. And but then the second race, I mean, that was about as good old-fashioned racing as you can have between me, Cam, and Ethan. I respect those two a ton. I mean, honestly, if you were to ask me top 5 iRacers that I would love to race against whenever, they'd be in the top 5. And that's not even a joke. I've been racing both of those guys since like 2019, 2020. Love the shit out of both of them. And I mean, that was just good, hard racing. I'm pumped that I was somehow able to come out on top, but it could have been any one of us. And both of those two are as fast as they come. Cam and I mean, they both got some of the best racecraft I've ever seen. Racecraft wise, they got both of me beat. I was glad that it went green because the race between us three was so much fun. But I think I came up a little bit short with the way that netcode kicked me sideways in that first race. I went from, finishing second at worst, maybe third at worst, to finishing 10th. And I think I'm gonna come up about 5 or 6 spots short of winning the Owners Championship for shifts. A little bummed there, but glad I could. Exiting turn 2 on the final lap of both races, it was a coin flip. So got to be there to win them, and we were there in both races. But shout out to Shift for letting me run. The format of OSCA it's crazy, right? It's crazy. It's different than anything else. If you look at it for face value, if you look at it on paper, you're like, wow, that's stupid. Why would you do that? But it's so much fun. It's so much fun. And honestly, I hope I'm able to come back and run, because OSCA's the two halves and the invert. It's just a lot of fun. It mixes it up. It makes you think. It makes you drive smart, and I don't know. I really enjoy the way it works out. So glad I could get a win, but I know you got probably like 8 more people to interview, so I'll shut up and let you get to them.
No, wait. So if you enjoy it so much, you want to come back full time next season?
Full time.
That's right. 16 races.
Backtracking starts.
Mm-hmm.
What car? B car?
Trucks?
Oh, I love the truck. How many road courses?
2.
How many super speedways?
2.
How many cookie cutters?
Enough.
Like most of the rest? Yeah, I'll come. I'll come back. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, come back full time. I'll get with you on this.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I love it. It's fun. I drank probably 5 beers while I was racing. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. Made a couple 5-wide moves just because it was you could with the car and track combo, and yeah, get with me, and that was I enjoyed it a lot. The gimmicks, I mean, people could say what they want. I know I was talking to a few guys in Discord that were like, it's stupid, blah blah blah. And it's like, well, I mean, it depends on if you're looking for like that Coke Series feel, then yeah, you don't want to go somewhere else. But it's a lot of fun. I feel like I can talk as much crap in the chat as I want, and it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I'm down to come back, especially in the truck. I love the truck for whatever reason. I mean, I don't know what it says about me, but the lower horsepower it is, the better off I am on the ovals. So I don't know what that says about me, but
Well,
a lot of fun.
it was great to have you here tonight on Championship Night. Great racing, and hopefully we'll see you full time next season.
Yeah, sounds good. I enjoyed it. I wish I could have got 2 wins. That last corner of the first race didn't quite work out. Even if we don't netcode, I feel like me and the 09 are door banging coming to the line, and it's a coin flip, literally who wins in that situation. And unfortunately, the netcode kicked me sideways and I ended up 10th, and Cam ended up winning. And obviously, glad Cam won. But yeah, fun stuff. I'll let you get to. I know you got champions and other winners, and
Just 2 more. It's okay.
okay. Well, still, you got other shit to do. It's 11 o'clock, probably wherever you're at. It's only 8 where I'm at, so I don't really
It's
care
11.
too
You're
much.
right. Yeah, it's all good.
It's only 8, so
Your
First
night's
bit
just
on the-
getting started. Thank you so much for your time.
Yep. Downside of West Coast is you get net coded. Good side is it's only 8 when you're done.
Yes, sir. Have a great night, Tate. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, you too. Have a good one.
That was Tate Lytle. All right, we got one more finishing position to grab. We gotta talk to my second half pick, Ethan Burrell, coming home in second, just 1 spot away. You really showed strength there at the beginning there, Ethan. What more did you need to get 1 more spot?
Man, I don't know. That was a good sweat, man. That was a really fun battle with those guys at the end there. I don't know. I didn't get a very good run through 3 and 4. I thought I was gonna kind of turn under him and get back underneath him coming to the line, but just didn't have enough grip there at the end. So props to Tate for getting it done there.
Well, it's been a great season of racing. I can't remember how many races you attended, but any highlights from your season besides tonight?
Yeah, tonight was a big one. I had a lot of fun all season sharing the 44 ride with Goody. A lot of good runs, some unfortunate runs, but either way, it was really cool to be able to share the ride with him and hang out with the Do Good guys and race for Miss Goody's goodies. So yeah, man, it was always cool. It was always fun coming out on these Thursday nights and running.
Well, I only called you Ray Bracey once, so that was pretty good. And you had that number 7 up towards the front for majority of the night. Who do you got to thank for getting you here tonight?
Yeah, shout out Ray Bracey, David Westergreen for hitting me up to run in the car. James Watson as well. It was cool, kind of dipping in with a different team there. It was fun getting to hang out with those guys, and it was cool. Every time I had to pit, I got to see a cat on the pit sign, so that was my favorite part. So shout out to Ray again for that. And shout out you guys, man. You guys do an awesome job, Vic and Carlos and you, Jeremy, making this league really cool and fun place to race.
Well, appreciate the kind words, Ethan. Congratulations on second place. Happy holidays, and hopefully we'll talk again next season.
All right, thanks, guys.
And that was Ethan Burrell, second place finish in our feature event. Carlos, I think we got one more interview.
I think I know who you should pull. I don't know who you had planned.
I was thinking his name was Daniel Gore, but I don't know if we're on the same page.
But before we get to him, we should pull up somebody else. Maybe somebody that's a little me fine.
Go for it.
So Zach never gets interviewed. So take it away, Jeremy.
Well, Zach Evans, you are getting an honorary interview tonight. Man, walk us through your season. Walk us through tonight. You tried some different strategy there in that second race. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. What more did you need to have something for those guys at the end with that awesome number 6 Binx design car?
Yeah, we just tried some strategy there in the second half because we still had a lot of damage on the car from that wreck, unfortunately. So I knew even if I tried an undercut, it wasn't going to go any faster. So I figured the best I could hope for was stay out, hope for a caution, get the rest of the damage fixed, and see if we could trap some guys a lap down. And didn't get the caution, which is great for y'all because, I mean, from everything I've heard, it was an awesome race there that second half. As far as the season, though, I mean, really happy to get this Me Fine Binx Designs number 6 into the playoffs. First time actually taking part in the chase here in OSCA, and really excited to do that and represent the team, represent Binx Designs, represent Me Fine with all of that, and to do it through the clean driver spot. You know, I'm sure a lot of people don't care about that, but to me, it's kind of, I pride myself on trying to be pretty respectful out here and taking care of everybody and not causing a lot of incidents. So I know for a lot of people, it's probably corny or cheesy that we have that playoff or chase spot here in OSCA for that, but I really like it, and it's really cool that I got it this season.
Well, it's not cheesy at all, Zach, and that's exactly why they use it, is to reward the driver that keeps himself clean all season long. Glad we finally got you in here for an interview. Who do you got to thank for getting you through this whole season?
Well, I mean, you know, of course, Neil, with Neil Rutt, Binx Designs Racing. I mean, he reached out in the off season when I kind of saw I was going to be on the way out over at South Shore, and, you know, went into free agency, and there were a lot of people that reached out and kind of threw out feelers, but it became clear only a couple were really genuinely interested in bringing me in, and he was one of them. And it's been really cool working with him this season, getting to know him better on and off the track. And of course, around the midway point, we brought in, you know, we had the little merger or whatever. I got to work with Rashid Peeler and Dylan Thomas, and that's been a lot of fun as well. I think tonight in particular was really fun, just with how good the racing was. And unfortunately, I mean, didn't work out for Peeler there in the second half, but we had a lot of fun tonight. So thanks to all those guys. Yeah, thanks to JD's Hilltop for being another sponsor as part of this effort. Of course, everyone here with OSCA, Vic, all the admins, all the sponsors, Carlos for everything he does to put on these broadcasts each and every week. And of course, I have to, you know, if I'm gonna get the interview opportunity here, I have to shout out Me Fine. You know, I know it's a tough time of year for a lot of people, but if you have the means and you can spare a few dollars, me just, you know, I put them on all my race cars. And just for people who haven't heard me give the speech before, for people who might be tuning in for the first time, you know, Me Fine provides support for families of patients of children's hospitals throughout eastern and central North Carolina, such as UNC, Duke, Wake Med. And of course, this time of year, you know, it's already hard on these families to, you know, make sure they're covering the medical expenses while also, you know, paying for a house, paying for making car pavements, all of that. And then of course, Christmas time, this time of year, the holiday season, and trying to make that happen as well for those children. It's really a strain, and that's where Me Fine really does a lot this time of year. So if you're able to contribute to that, head over to mefine.org. I'd sure appreciate it.
Well said, Zach. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great night, and we'll hopefully talk to you next season.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
And that was Zach Evans with a interview requests from the boss man, Vic Bloom. So I think we're ready now to grab the champion.
I won't object.
You're not gonna object this time? Okay. All right. That's gonna bring. We're gonna bring Daniel Gore up here. Daniel Gore, our 2024B OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series champion. Welcome to the broadcast booth, man. Congratulations. You were strong all season long, multiple wins. You definitely, made it known that you're going to be strong all season. And this championship, I feel from the broadcast booth, is well deserved. What is your season like from your standpoint?
I'm kind of really lost for words right now. At the start, just going in, I wanted to make playoffs. That's really all I wanted to do. And to end up champion at the end of it all is just amazing. You could ask everyone else on the team. I was so nervous going into the playoffs. I've never been into a league before where you have these playoffs, and that big gap I had gone, disintegrated down to 4 points, I think it was. And I'm just happy I was able to keep it up.
Able to squeak it out, and you find yourself as the champion. What more are you gonna want looking forward to next season?
Next season, I think next season I am gonna take it a little easier. Once I realized that it was possible, I kind of went a little crazy on practice, making sure I was good. And I don't know. I just didn't want to lose after having such a big gap, and so I kind of did a lot of practice. But going into next season as a champion, I feel like I can take it back a little bit and enjoy it a bit more, because there were times where I was actually stressing out over it a little bit. So, but now that's gone, that's over with. Then at the end of it, I'm happy. So
forever etched in the OSCA history books as a champion. Vic Bloom, you got anything for Daniel before we send him on his way?
Yeah, so I just noted this in our broadcast channel in Discord. You won by 64 points, my guy.
I know. But
so I don't know what you were nervous about.
It was more at the beginning at the playoffs when the gap was really small again.
Yeah, but you dominated the season. I mean, you finished 64 points ahead of James Miller, who finished second.
I guess
Crazy.
It wasn't too bad at the end.
No, it was insane.
And it was well deserved as well. But that 64 points goes to show you how strong your season really was. Congratulations, Daniel. Multiple wins, coming out as the champion. Who do you have to thank for getting you here?
Oh, I got a few people. First of all, the team. Noah, Santi, Jake, all of them. I just want to thank them for helping and being, just big team players when I really needed them to step up. And as far as I know, we got the team too. I'm not sure about owners just yet, but yeah, they really helped when needed. I want to thank Jordan Kennington, his whole family. They always watch. I got some people back in England, them too. And yeah, just sponsors, Bojo for making some fire schemes for us this season. And that's it.
Awesome. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you this season and having several interviews with you, and it's great to have an interview with you as the champion. Congratulations, Daniel. Hopefully we'll see you again at Victory Lane next season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And that was Daniel Gore, your champion. Any final thoughts from the other two gentlemen in the booth?
I'll let you go first, Carlos.
All right, yeah, I'll just keep it short and sweet. Congratulations, Daniel Gore and Redux Racing on winning the driver championship and the team championship. It's a hard feat to achieve, I would know. But congratulations to them. Congratulations to Vic on another fantastic season. Thank you so much for joining me, Jeremy. It's been a pleasure commentating these races with you and producing them. And thank you to everybody who's been tuning in and watching these OSCA races, whether you tuned in for the first time this season or you've been following me ever since Vic shot me a DM saying, hey, I need a producer for like 2 weeks. So since then, it's been a pleasure, and it will continue to be a pleasure, and I'm glad to continue here next season, and hopefully many more seasons to come. But congrats on another fantastic season there, man.
Yeah, thank you. I also, none of this happens without you guys. You, Jeremy, Ty, Neil, Cam, everyone who, Trevor, even at the beginning of the season, everybody that allows us to use their voice. Honestly, none of this happens without the broadcast, and I hope that everyone understands that, like, this shit, it's not easy. It's not easy for you guys. It's not easy for anybody involved. None of this is easy. So yeah, we obviously got to thank everybody for watching that does tune in. I'm sure people are tuned out by this point, but still. Got to thank Binx Designs because they're fucking awesome, honestly. Weekend Woodsmen, I don't know what we're like 4 seasons deep with them. Me Fine with the Me Fine Clean Driver Award, we're 3 seasons deep with those guys. We'll be back next season. I haven't signed any sponsors yet. I also haven't made it known what we're doing exactly, but we'll be back. And Jeremy, I'll get with you in this off season, and we'll figure something out to talk about what we were talking about before the broadcast started. I got to thank Adam TP too, because he without him, race control is probably more of a mess than it usually would be. Do want to make some notes too that Darren's staff won Best of the Rest, so he will get the Best of the Rest money that there will be. I think, yeah, Redux won the team championship, so congrats to those guys. Congrats to Daniel Gore on the drivers championship, and I think the owners championship too. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done the math on that yet, but I'm almost certain. Yeah, it's fantastic stuff. Just cannot thank everybody that participated, that watched, that supports us. It's awesome.
It's a pleasure to be a part of this operation. Like you said, the broadcasting stuff sounds easy until you're up here and you start sweating bullets, especially when it comes to name pronunciations. That, I believe, is going to do it here for 3 Wide Television's coverage of the 2024B Season Championship Night. We got to thank everybody, like they said, that's tuned in all season long, everybody that supports everything, everybody that gives us the kind words and the great feedback and the good jokes with the videos later on. My name is Jeremy Briggs, Carlos Acosta as well in the production booth. Thank you, Vic, for letting us be a part of this. Everybody have happy holidays, have a great night, and we'll see you next season.